how I started SocialJet and what we also got wrong in the early days. So when I first started SocialJet about 3 years ago, after I quit my clothing line, I was doing e-commerce for about 6 years. I stopped that during COVID, started my marketing agency, SocialJet. When I first started it, I think the main thing that I got wrong in the early days is like what you said, just running basic influencer campaigns organically and calling it an influencer strategy for brands. I think at the high level, 3 years ago, sure, that would still be a bit sexy. If you try to do that now in 2025, I think it becomes very thin. Because every single brand, every successful brand that we know, that we hear, that we see, they always have a back-end influencer strategy of some sort. That there is always a content strategy. There is always some sort of short-form videos, whether done in-house, by an agency, whether it's done by their own employees, or via influencers and content creators. So I think what we got wrong in the early days is just executing basic influencer campaign and calling it influencer marketing, selling it as influencer marketing. That worked okay for the first couple of months until the clients came back to us and said, hey, this doesn't really drive results, right? So that's when we started pivoting. And now what we're doing is really a lot, much more deeper content, not just giving influencer a product and asking them to create a simple video. Back then when we first started, it was just taking a selfie with the product, right? A static photo, which did quite okay, I think 3 years ago. But I think right now videos just perform way better. Short form videos, short form storytelling, that is doing way better. And of course, we drive it heavily with ads. I think if we do a breakdown of this pod, I think we have mentioned ads like so many times already. And I think it's still under leveraged. I think still a lot of business owners, marketers are not leveraging the power of paid media when it comes to content marketing. So yeah, I think we got wrong. We didn't prioritize ads at the early start. And then we couldn't drive bottom line results just completely relying on organic content. And then our database at the start was really, really small. I think we started with like 400-500 influencers back then. Now I think our database has grown to about 2,000 influencers locally in Singapore. Of course, we have capabilities with influencers outside of Singapore as well. But yeah, now 2 years later, team has grown, everything has grown, a lot of different things that we're running. We have our own internal software that we're using as well. So I think we've come a long way here.